Hey guys, today I'm going to be making another ring knife, but in this video I'm going to show exactly how I do the texturing, and I've made a couple of them now. So on this one I'll be showing you everything I've learned so you can do it for yourself. This is the first time I've ordered steel from Pop's Knife Supply. This is 1084 high carbon steel, and I ordered 1/8 of an inch. I usually use 3/16, but I grind down to 1/8 of an inch anyways. I ordered these so it'll save me a little bit of time and money. The grinding belts are expensive, so I won't have to grind quite as much on this one. You can see this is a knife I made a while ago. So I really like this one. This was a stone wash with Wenge wood, but see the steel is a little bit thicker on this one. Not a huge difference, but I like having the spine a little bit thinner. So now I'm going to go make the knife, and then I'll be showing you exactly what I do to get the texturing with the angle grinder. First time I made a ring knife, I used my Harbor Freight drill press, and it took me a really long time. I spent about an hour trying to drill out the hole. So then I just did it by hand, and it probably took me 5 minutes. If you have a better drill press, then you can just use that, but if you have a Harbor Freight one, I would just use the hand drill. After drilling out the hole, there's a lot of jagged parts. You want to make sure it's really clean and smooth on the inside so you don't cut up your finger while you spin it. Right now I got the grinding all done, and so now I can do the angle grinder, all the texturing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a spot, and it helps if you use a marker to mark where you want so you get the same on both sides. But I'm going to go one way with the grinder, and I'm going to switch directions on the grinder and do it again. I like doing it that way so you don't just get the one pattern going, you get the pattern going this way, you get a pattern going this way, and I might do a third pattern as well. It just makes it look a little bit better. These are the 3 different wheels, common wheels for the angle grinder. This is the cutoff wheel, really good for stock removal. I don't think it would be very good for the design on the spine on this knife. It's really thin, it's really aggressive. So we'll try this one out. This one's a grinding wheel. See, it's thicker. It's also kind of aggressive. I don't know if I'm gonna like this one either. The one I've been using though is a flap disc. You can press a little bit harder without worrying too much about going too far. So let's try them all out, see what they look like. This was a knife I started forging a long time ago. A lot of I don't like about it. I'm not sure what kind of steel it is, so I'm not going to finish it. So we'll use this one. On this cutoff wheel, as soon as I press it, starts cutting in really quick. That's okay, but it does go fast. So if you push too hard or you're on the spot for too long, you could go too deep and ruin the spine. And you also don't want to go too far on one side or both sides. You could really mess up the spine that way. So you have to be a lot more careful with this one. But this would work if you wanted to use it. On this grinding wheel, the problem I had right away is the first cut I was making, the wheel kind of jumped around. And I was able to sort of fix it, but you can see they're a little bit different heights. So it's harder to get this one even. You see that first one's a little bit deeper than the other ones. I don't like the grinding wheel. It's probably my least favorite one. On the flap disc, the first cut you make, it cuts in deep enough, but not too deep. And you can push harder without having to worry too much about messing it up. And on the flap disc, if you didn't get the depth or the height that you wanted, you can go back and fix it. And you'll see me do that a little bit later. And it's really easy to fix. With the other wheels, it was harder to go back and make them all uniform. To darken up the blade and get it ready for the stone wash, I'm putting in distilled white vinegar. And normally I do like 4 or 5 hours. This one, I had it in just a little bit over 8 hours. You always want to get it a little bit darker than what you're going to want in the end, because some of that will rub off. So I'm going for more of a gray look. It'll look really nice after doing the stone wash. Probably can't see it. Looks really ugly right now. It's hard to see in the camera, but I can see scratching it up how I like. So I'm gonna go a couple more minutes and I'll clean it off. Now the spine, the texturing in the spine looks a lot better after having the stone wash, the whole stone wash process done. So what I do after this, after I clean it off with the towel, and I spray it with WD-40 just to make sure there's no moisture that was in that container. I don't want it to rust. texturing looks really cool after it's done. Going with the fire and ice handle again on this one. And on my other knives I had the orange facing out. So this time I want to change it up a little, see if there's any difference. I'm going to have the red facing out. I'm still going to grind down a little bit so you get both colors. I want to see if this makes any difference. I just attach the scales, and I'm always really careful to clean off the epoxy right here. But on a knife like this, you also want to make sure you don't get any on those grooves in the spine. It'll be really hard to clean off after it dries. This is the Harbor Freight 1x30 grinder. I haven't used this in years, but with this knife, I'm going to have to use it. When I was grinding the scales, there's a problem I can get right here, but when I move over, it hits on the ring. So I'm going to have to use this grinder. If you want to see a review on it, or you want to know if it's worth it, let me know in the comments. Grooves in the spine of this knife aren't just decorative, they're also functional. They offer slight weight reduction, but more importantly, they give you a lot better control when holding the knife, especially if you're going to be doing something that your knife might be wet and slippery. If you try this on one of your knives, the most important thing is to keep the angle the same when grinding and just go really slow. If you go too far, you won't be able to fix it. Let me know what you guys thought of this video or if it helped you out. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.